Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. My name is Laura Milligan, and I am here to stamp with you today on my weekly Facebook Live. It is Monday at 1 p.m., and I am excited to be here with you today. Thank you for joining me. I have some really fun things to share with you today. First of all, I want to just hold up these cards. This is a little sneak peek at my Nuts About Squirrels class that I am offering. It has already gotten a great response. I think we all love those squirrels, and I will add a link to the registration when I'm done with this Facebook Live. You'll see it above the live. You can just click on that and read about the how to register. Registration does close this Thursday, October 28th, so don't miss out. The projects are adorable, and it is $35 for my B box. That is what I call my monthly card class to go. And you get product that you're going to use with a lot left over to use on future projects. And I do a PDF. You'll get 8 different cards, 2 each of 4 different designs, all super cute, in addition to the product. And then you'll get a PDF tutorial that includes the measurements, a photo, and a video of each project, so you can stamp right along with me. They're really, really fun, and I hope that you will give that a try. I have some fun things I'm going to share with you today. If you're there, give me a shout out. Let me know where you're from. Say hello. If you're watching on replay, give a shout out as well and just say replay so that I know. If you're watching on YouTube, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my view down for now. And these are the cards that I made last week in my Facebook Live. And what I do every week is anyone that leaves a comment or shares my Facebook Live, they are entered into a drawing to win the cards that I created the previous week. So these cards, let me just check and see. I want to make sure I'm getting some people on here. I know there's usually a little bit of a delay. There we go. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Wendy. Thanks for being here today. Okay, I always want to double check that I'm in the right spot. But these cards that I made last week all featured the Sparkle of the Season bundle. This is a great, great bundle, very versatile. And what I did was show how versatile it is. I did a Halloween card, a Grateful card, which I was kind of gearing it towards this time of year, but that's something I think we need to express gratitude all year round. And then this one is a Christmas card. And I know that this bundle has been on back order, but I forgot to check before I started this morning here, but I am pretty sure that it is due back in the Stampin' Up! Warehouse very soon. Like it may possibly even be this week. So don't miss out on this wonderful bundle. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Suzanne. Thanks for joining me today. So I have already picked the winners for these 3 cards. This one is going to Karen Seifert. Karen, I do have your address, so I'll get that in the mail for you today. This one is going to Sweet Helen Watkins. Helen, that's going to be coming your way. And then the Christmas one is going to Debbie Gibbons. So I have all 3 of these ladies' addresses this time, so I will go ahead and get those in the mail to them today. So I'm going to do something fun this week. I am featuring the Be Jolly stamp set. This is in, let me pull this out here. This is in our mini catalog, and it's found on page 29. It is adorable Santa Claus images. I love Santa Claus, and my family always says nobody loves Christmas more than I do, and I think that's probably true. I love it. So, hi, Gran, how are you? Gran, are you still in town, or are you headed home, or back in Tennessee already? I'm not sure. Gran was here for my holiday one-day retreat that I had on Saturday. We had so much fun, and I will be sharing a little bit about that over the next few weeks or so. But this is the stamp set I'm featuring today, and it does not have dies that go with it, so you can either figure out a way to just stamp it and not have to fussy cut it, or you can fussy cut it. And I really don't mind fussy cutting, but I'm going to do something fun today. I just thought, since we are leading up to Halloween, I'm going to do a week of, I'm calling it tricks or treats. You know what? I want to just talk to you and see you when I'm talking about this. So I thought it'd be really fun. I love Halloween, and I thought it would be fun to do a giveaway every day this week leading up to Halloween. So I'm calling it a week of tricks and treats. But I will tell you, there's no tricks involved. It's all going to be treats. And so all you have to do every day this week, I'm going to be giving away something different. This week I am giving away, or today, I'm sorry, I'm giving away a pack of the Tidings of Christmas 6x6 paper. It's an unopened stack that I have. And to be entered, all you have to do is go to my blog today. I'm actually posting a card. It should be going up pretty soon, any minute now actually. I've scheduled it, and it is featuring the Be Jolly stamp set. But all you have to do is leave a comment today. You have all day today, and then tomorrow morning when I get up, I will draw the winner of today's trick. I'm sorry, today's treat. It's not a trick, it's a treat. And that's hard to say without, anyway. But that the person that I will draw a random comment. I don't think I can talk today. I will draw a random draw of those that comment, and then tomorrow I will have a new treat that I'm giving away. So be sure to check back every day between now and Sunday, which is Halloween, for your chance to win a treat. Okay, let me switch my view back down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make my first card, and what I'm going to show you this week is that Santa Claus does not always have to be red. I mean, that is, I guess, the traditional Santa. That's what we think of when we think of Santa Claus. But I have a couple ideas this week that are kind of taking Santa outside the box. And be sure to check back on Thursday at 1. I'll do my Facebook Live take 2. I don't do that every week, but this week I'm going to, and I'm sharing a project with the Be Jolly stamp set, and it's probably my favorite of the 3 I'm going to be sharing with you this week. So here's my first card, and I will tell you that last week when I asked you if you like to see the finished card before I make it, or like to be surprised, I think every single person said they like to see the card first. So I'm showing you the card first, and this is how it opens. This is just kind of a fun pop-up card, really easy to make. And so let me just show you how this goes together. So for this, I'm starting with my thick white base. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I am going to take, I'm going to show this to you. This is the gingerbread and peppermint 6x6 designer series paper. And let me just flip through this. It's so cute. Whoops, it's going flying. I've used bits and pieces of this already, so that was a smaller piece that flew out of here. But it's really, really cute. Traditional red and green Christmas colors, which of course we all love. So I have taken a piece of that paper and cut it 4 by 5 1/4, and I am going to take my Tombow glue, and I'm going to be very careful about where I put my glue. Normally I would just squiggle it down this whole backside of the panel, but what I'm going to do for this particular card is to just go around the outside edge. I'm not going to put any adhesive in the middle, and you'll see why in a moment. So I'm just going to put this on here. And actually I have a couple different patterns of this. I have different steps of this card ready to go. So now I'm going to take my layering circles dies. These are a must-have. And I'm taking the largest circle. Make sure that's the right one. Yeah. So this is the largest circle in these dies. And what I'm going to do is position this just like this. I'm just kind of centering it on this front flap. And I'm just going to run it through my die cutting machine like this. And when it comes out, let me show you. It's going to come out like this, all right? So I'm cutting out the center. And the reason why I did not put any adhesive in the center is because I wanted a plain white circle. So I'm just putting the designer paper circle, I'm just saving that for something else. But you can see how that fits right in there. I just did this in steps. Okay. Then I'm going to take this circle and I'm going to stamp my Santa. I'm going to bring my little mat in here, my little grid paper too, because I'm going to be coloring him with blends and I don't want it to bleed through to my tabletop here. So I'm using Tuxedo Black ink. Oh my gosh, Cindy, your husband already has your Christmas tree up? Well, he's got me beat. But I do love to decorate our house for Christmas, and I have way too many Christmas decorations, but I can't help myself. All right, I'm going to let that sit there a minute. I like to give this Tuxedo Memento ink just a couple seconds to set before I start adding my colors. The next piece I'm going to stamp on is this cute little shape. Isn't that cute? That is from the Tasteful Labels dies. It's a great, oh, and you know what? I happen to have them right here. I'm sorry, you know what? I called it the wrong thing. Stitch So Sweetly dies. These are a great assortment of dies, and this is the one that I used. And I love, of course, that they have stitching on all of them. And here's a cute littler one of the one I'm using. So that's the die that I used for that. Any stitch dies are always popular with me. Excuse me. And I'm just going to stamp Be Jolly on this. I think I'm all about like quick and simple, but I also think it's fun every once in a while to switch things up. And this one actually, it is a pop-up card and it has a couple extra steps than what maybe I would normally do, but it's fun and you'll see how quickly it goes together. All right, next thing I'm going to do is take the inside of my card. I'm going to stamp my greeting, and I have a Merry Hello, and I'm just going to stamp that down here at the bottom. And I always talk about this now, but you notice I've been mounting my word stamps diagonally from corner to corner rather than straight across the block. And I will tell you, I'm getting a better result with my words being straight. If you haven't tried that, you should give it a try. Okay, then I have this little bird, and I will tell you with this bird, you have to be a little bit careful because it has a wider piece of rubber around it, and it's really easy to catch. I guess we call it like a halo. But if you just stamp, I'm going to be careful now, straight up and straight down, and not rock it. I'm going to show you what happens if I rock. Well, it's not. See there how you get like that little halo? You don't want to do that. So if it's just, you just go straight down and straight up and not rock it at all, and you should be okay. All right, that's all the stamping I'm going to do. So I'm going to set my ink aside. Now I'm going to add some color. So I have my Stampin' blends. A big stack of blends for this. And I will tell you, I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm not the greatest at the blends, but I feel like the more I use them, the better I get. So I'm going to start with, I'm just going to color the little bird first. Bit of color, and then let's see, that was light, real red. I'm going to pull out my dark real red and just add a little bit of dark. She's so little, you don't really need to add too much, but I'm going to put a little bit just kind of under her wing. I'm going to leave her breast white, and then I'm going to bring in my Santa. And I'll start with the dark with my Santa. Sometimes I start with the dark, sometimes I start with the light. I don't know. I'm going to make his gloves red as well. A little bit of dark here. Just kind of go along on this side and the hat as well. I love to color these images. Do you? Are you guys colorers? I don't know if I told you for my, when I was talking about the week of tricks and treats, what you need to do today is leave a comment and tell me what your favorite Halloween treat is. I have a sweet tooth, I must confess. Everybody that knows me knows that I love sweets, and I think my favorite is it's hard to say, but I would say my favorite is probably, I think I'm done with the dark now. I think my favorite is probably the Take 5 bars. Have you tried those? Those are good, and they have them in snack size, so it's not quite so bad. Okay, so now I'm just going to, now that I've added the dark, I'm just going to take my light real red and just pull some of that and just soften those edges. Yeah. Just soften that a little bit. I think people have different ways of using these blends. Some prefer to do the lighter color first and add the dark. I'm trying to hurry, so I'm kind of getting outside the lines a little bit, but I just find it very relaxing to color. Okay, so he's looking pretty cute. I'm going to put my red away. Oh, and you know what? I forgot. I'm going to give the little bird, she needs a little red stocking cap. There we go. She's cute. She's very cute. You know I love my birds. All right, put that away. And now I'm going to use my Petal Pink light and dark. I'm going to color Santa's face with my light Petal Pink. I want to get his ears and his mouth. Okay. And then I'm going to use the dark Petal Pink and just give him a touch of rosiness to his cheeks, because we know Santa always has rosy cheeks, right? Okay, I'm going to add a little bit to his mouth as well. Okay, then I'm just going to add some color to his boots and his belt. So this is light basic black. I'm just going to go color his belt. His boots. Isn't he cute? He's such a cute little Santa. Okay, and then I'm going to take, this is my dark. I'm just going to darken some of this up a little bit here. Okay. Make it a little bit darker under his beard. Maybe there's a shadow there. Okay, so there's my Santa. Now for the fun part, I'm going to take this piece of paper. This is 1 3/4 inches by 1 3/4 inches wide by 5 inches long, and I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. So I see you all, you're commenting on your favorite Halloween treat, but what you need to do to be part of this tricks and treats that I'm doing is you have to go to my blog, which is lauramilligan.com, and you have to leave your comment there, okay? I'm trying to get you to my blog because I post things there that I think you might be interested in. So now I'm going to just, let me move this up so you can see it. I'm going to score this every inch, 1 inch, 2 inch. Again, this is 1 3/4 by 5, so I'm scoring it 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, and 4 inch. And I'm going to make a little box. So I have done similar things than this. I know I did those pop-up gift card holders for a while. So I'm just going to take my box and just create, I guess I'm going to take my paper and create a little box is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to squiggle this on the one end and just fold it like that. I'm going to give it a minute to, oh, Lane, I love Heath bars too. Lane, I remember the delicious toffee that you make for us. It's so good. That's a real treat. All right. Then I'm going to take my card base, and what I'm doing is this is going to fit right here like this. And so what I want to do is attach some glue, put some glue on the bottom of this. That's the only place I'm putting it on this particular thing. So I'm going to put this right here, and it's just kind of centered. I'm going to move that flat too. It's just sort of centered on my circle. I'm going to push this down flat and just give it a minute to hold. Okay, now what I'm going to do while this is still flat, I am going to put some adhesive just right here on this part. You don't want to put it here. This is going to attach to this section here. You'll see it, so it'll be attached. That might be easier to see, but you see when this is closed, some of this is, you want that to be able to move. So I'm going to go ahead and just put my adhesive right here against this part right here, like that. And I'm just going to hold this shut for a minute. Yes, so you'll see today's blog post, and there is a place where it will ask you for a comment, and you can just go ahead and comment there. I hope to get a lot of comments. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take my Santa Claus, and he is going to fit right here on this circle. This is really easy to do. So now I'm just going to put my adhesive on this section. And I'll just hold this in place. It's going to flip right through the circle opening like that. I'm just going to give that a second to stick. And you can see how this is going to work. So it's going to open up like that, and there's the cute Santa Claus popping up. But we're not done yet. I'm going to take my word panel here from the Stitch So Sweetly, and I have this really cute real red ruffled ribbon. And I'm just going to take a little piece of this and just fold it in half. Take my paper snips. And this is just going to be attached under here like this. So I'm going to position that where I want it. That looks pretty good like that. And then I'm just going to use my dimensionals to help hold this in place. So I'm just going to put my dimensionals down and catch the edges of that ribbon, and then I'll put one more right here. That'll pop up like that. Alice says, my husband makes Heath bars. Yum. All right, so this is just going to go on the front. I'll just tuck that right there like that. Be jolly. Okay, and then to finish this, I'm just using some red rhinestones. And you know what? I don't think I have my take your pick tool with me. I love that so much, and when I don't have it, I feel lost, but I'm going to just use my fingers. They work, right? They're the original, the best original tool that everybody has. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and add a couple little red rhinestones. Isn't he cute? He's just cute, and I feel like he's just throwing up joy is just coming up from his hand. So I thought that was pretty cute. And then I want to add one here as well. These red rhinestones are actually really nice. You get all of these on in one packet. There's a lot there. So this is going to open up like this. Be jolly, a merry hello. And I just thought our little bird should have a little rhinestone by her as well. We'll just put that right there. So there is our fun little pop-up card for today. Isn't it cute? Just makes you happy, right? A merry hello. So there is that. And then, of course, I talked about several weeks ago, I shared six different ways to decorate envelopes. And so I think for this one, I'm going to just stamp Santa. Ink that up. I'll just stamp him on the edge. And I think what would be super cute, and I'm actually going to do this on the next card as well, but let's just have our bird resting right on his hand. All right, so there's a cute little Christmas card. Be sure to leave a comment, and you will be entered to win this. I will pull the winner of this next week. So I'm going to set that one aside. And so when I started this today, I mentioned that I wanted to give you some other ideas for Santa Claus. Not just the traditional red. So I have my next card. Let me get organized here a minute. Thank you all for joining me today. I look forward to this, and I feel, I can't see any of you, but I see your comments coming in, and it makes me happy to see all these names. And hi Gwen, how are you? She is right. It's adorable. I think it's adorable and so easy. There's really not a lot to this fun little pop-up card. All right, my next card. This one's really different, so I think this one is equally as adorable. Let me just take a minute here and get it organized. So this is not a red Santa Claus. This one is blue, and I love this with the blue and the black. I just think it's really fun. And so let me show you how to put this one together. Totally different look, right? Okay, so I am starting with my thick white card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I am taking a piece of this paper. This is the host paper. You can get this if you host a party. And I just wanted to, I just wanted to switch it up a little bit because I think, like I said, you can do Santa in different colors. And I have a totally different color scheme that I'm going to show you on Thursday. So be sure to check back for that. So this paper, I wrote it down so that I would remember, but it's the host paper at the back of the catalog. I think it's called like Playful Patterns, and that's probably not right, but you will find it if you look in the back of our catalog. All right. So I have a piece of the same paper. This is 3 by 3. And then I have a small piece. This is from the Subtles Designer Series paper stack. It's a 6 by 6 stack. And this is the Balmy Blue plaid paper. I have, here it is. Here's my note. Pattern Party is what it's called. Okay. This is the beautiful black and white gingham ribbon that everybody likes. And then I have a couple panels for my words. I always cut an extra one in case I make a little boo-boo. Okay, so I'm going to grab a scrap paper here. Let's see. Did I not prep one? Let me grab one. I'm going to open my drawer. I have a drawer beside me full of pieces of white. Okay, so this will work. All right. So I'm going to start by stamping Santa Claus. Tuxedo Black Memento ink. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my Santa, and then I am using the bird again. I love birds. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to take A Merry Hello and just stamp that on this panel, and I will trim that up in a second here. Okay, so there's that, A Merry Hello. So I'm going to do some coloring, and I'm going to do this kind of quickly. I am using some of the same colors, but for this Santa Claus, I am bringing in the Balmy Blue blends and also Smoky Slate. So I'm going to do his face the same with the light petal pink. His little mouth and his ears. Okay. And then I'm going to do his little rosy cheeks. You could make them really rosy if you wanted to, but I think this dark petal pink it works. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to start with light Smoky Slate and just add some touches of gray. Just to create a little bit of shading. And I'm even going to do a little bit of shading on the bird, on her hat as well. And I'm going to do a little bit on his beard. So I have another card using the same set that is going on my blog today. So be sure to check that out and leave your comment about your favorite kind of Halloween treat. I can't wait to read about them. Okay. So this one, I'm starting with the lighter Smoky Slate, and then I'll just go in and add a touch of the darker, just a little bit. I'm going to go around his nose and beard like that, just to create a little bit of depth. And then I'll go ahead and soften this up too. I'll show you. I will show you. All right. That looks pretty good. Then I'm going to do the blend, the Balmy Blue. Oh, wait, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to take this dark Smoky Slate and just add some little bit of dark area to his boots. And then if you want to, you can always go back and take the light, and I'm going to just blend that a little bit just to soften those lines. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm also going to, I forgot to do this, I'm going to take my little, the little bird, I'm going to make her beak. This is the light petal pink. I'm going to give her a little pink breast. Okay, now we're ready to add our Balmy Blue. And hi Marianne, how are you? Okay, so this is the light Balmy Blue. You know what? I'm going to switch and start with the dark. Whoops, I'm going to start with the dark. So you know with these are alcohol markers, and you want to be certain that when you're done using them, you put the cap on tightly, because alcohol, of course, evaporates, and you do not want to, you want these to last a long time, and if you take care of them, they will. So I'm just going to add the dark. Sometimes when I'm using the dark, I try to think about where a shadow would be created. And so I think like for this, the shadow, you'll find the shadow like below his belt, below his tummy. It's a little bit darker here, here. I'm going to color in my little bird. For her, I would put a little bit of dark under her wing and maybe on her tail. And I'm going to put a little bit all across the top of the hat here. These are really fun to color with, and it's one of those things that it makes you feel like you're an artist. Oh, and I missed that part there. Okay, now I'm going to take the light balmy blue and just soften these lines. And if you pull that dark, you can see how it just softens it, but it still creates a little bit of depth. Okay, same thing here. I'm just going to go along here. These alcohol-based markers are Stampin' blends. To me, it makes me feel like I'm an artist. I was never good at like watercoloring or that sort of thing, but you know, when you use the proper tools, you can make things look pretty good. And like I said, I am not the best, but I have fun trying. Okay, now I'm going to I just realized I did not color in Santa's mittens, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, he's looking pretty cute. Now what I'm going to do is take my color lifter, and it's the same as the other blends. It has a bullet tip and a brush tip, and I always seem to use the bullet tip. It just is easier for me to use, and I'm going to just go ahead and soften some of these smoky slate lines that I created. Pull them out a little bit. Just soften them around his beard a little. Yeah, that looks good. And on his cuffs, I'm going to sort of pull away from where I colored. That's going to soften that up too, and on the little bird. Okay. Well, you're very nice, Myra. Yeah, so I think, you know, it is kind of funny. Like, I'm loving to read your comments. It is kind of unexpected to have a blue Santa, but he's cute, right? Maybe this is his day off and he's not actually traveling around with his sleigh of toys. Maybe he's just going to the workshop today, so he didn't have to wear his red suit. What do you think? Why not? Okay, so the little sweet bird is matching Santa. She's blue and so cute. Okay, so at this point, what I did was I cut them out, and I did that ahead of time just to save some time. I will just tell you a little tip, and I'm sure most of you know this, but what you want to do when you're cutting is, first of all, you need a good pair of paper snips, and these are Stampin' Up! Paper snips that we sell. They gave us a cute charm at an event. I believe it could have been last year, but they're sharp, clear to the point. Ask me how I know. I found out because I poked myself. But they are super for cutting detail, things like this. And what you want to do is turn your paper rather than turn your scissors. So that's how you get a really nice even cut all the way around. So I have already done that just to save a little bit of time. And now we're ready to put this cute card together. Yes, Suzanne says his red suit is in the laundry. I think that's probably true. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and before I attach it to the card base, I'm going to go ahead and just start adding my layers. Here's my glue. Yes, so this paper, the Pattern Party DSP, one side of it is all black and white, and the other side is colorful like this, and you can see some of the different colors. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. And the nice thing about this paper, because of the checks, it's really easy to get it straight, right? You just kind of line it up there. Okay, next I'm going to take my Santa and my dimensionals. And I'll go ahead and put him in place. Well, You know what? Someone is knocking at my door. And I'm here by myself today, so they're gonna have to wait a minute. I have a plumber coming, but they're not supposed to be here for a while, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go ahead. You could use mini dimensionals for the bird. I'm just gonna cut a little snip here. See if I can speed this up. He's just going to rest, or she's just going to rest right there like that. And then I'm going to attach the plaid, the balmy blue plaid. Okay, this is pretty funny because this plumber is still knocking. But I don't want to, I'm almost done. I'll have to go fast. Okay, so this, then what I'll do is attach this to the back, and I'm going to use glue dots. Too bad Charlie can't answer the door, right? I'm going to use some glue dots and just put this right here. Okay, so I'm going to attach that like that. I just have it tacked in the back with my glue dots. I'm going to pull it so it's tight. Okay, you can tell I'm trying to hurry. I need to move this, never a dull moment around here. What can I say? I'm going to move this glue dot down a little bit and then secure it. Okay, that still's not quite, there we go. All right, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Tombow and squiggle some glue on here. Okay, and I like to do that this way, and then what I do is just slip a piece of this underneath. And then I tie my bow. Because for me, it's hard sometimes to get a tight piece of ribbon across if I'm wrapping and tying the bow. So I just do it this way. I wrap a piece and then tie a bow. Okay. And then to finish this, I'm just going to take my words and I'm going to snip them a little bit here. Never a dull moment at my house, and I purposely told them to come after 2 o'clock, but they must be running early, and they're still over there knocking. Oh my gosh, how funny. Okay, so I'm going to put this here like this, right there like that, and then what I did to finish it was we have these cute, I know, Lane, why don't you come over? That would be so much fun. The Cute Star adhesive back sequins, and I just put a couple of those there. So I'm going to just pull these off. Put there and there. Okay. I just thought those were fun too. They are part of our Halloween suite, but I thought they were cute. So here are my 2 cards that I did today. Don't forget to go over to my blog, lauramilligan.com, and leave your comment about your favorite kind of treat, Halloween treat, and be sure to check back every day this week to leave a comment because you will have a chance to win a Stampin' prize. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. Obviously, I need to run and answer the door and let the poor plumber in. But I want to thank you so much for joining me. And don't forget to leave a comment. I hope that you maybe will be the lucky winner of today's treat. And of course, I thank you as always for joining me. And I hope you have time to be creative today. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye-bye.